Alright, this is the second installment of Unbecoming the Signs. So this is part 1. Yesterday, source is 0. So yesterday was titled part 0. So this is part 1. This is Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is the sign basically known as the serpent bearer or the hidden one. So it's basically an image of a man wrestling with a serpent by historics. The serpent is knowledge. So this is man wrestling with knowledge. Only we can't even use really man. This is a being wrestling with knowledge. So this is surpassing man. This is source arguing with itself about the possibilities of what it could be know, of what it can know. So, or what it can become. So this is pre-creation. So again, as I was showing yesterday, you have to face yourself first, and then you have to see yourself in all of the signs of separation, and then face yourself again. So Ophiuchus, the hidden one, faces itself. And again, like I said, this is the question of who am I or what I can become. So this is what Ophiuchus seen when he faced himself. My perspective, my experience. Stability. This is the element of earth. This is the precursor to change. This is, I only want to find stability, but think about the word stability. Stability is stopped ability. That can go in many different fashions. Holy shit, I feel like I'm falling apart. I need to stop the ability by figuring out who I really am. Or holy shit, I don't know what I am. I need to stop the ability of doubt by getting experience. I'm going to lean towards the latter. The universe in expression, the multiverse in expression is just separation, trying to figure out the best experience to verify wholeness. So Ophiuchus faces itself, and it now sees 2 and 9, a connection to its own vibration. We'll call that potentiality. When you see just how much you can do, the average being is now going to try and pursue it and become it. So 2 + 9 becomes 11. It is now justification for separation. Ophiuchus, in wrestling with itself, is now going to justify every movement that is going to authorize separation. The first step of separation in Unbecoming the Signs is Pisces, the split itself. So here is Ophiuchus facing itself in Pisces. Becomes a martyr. It's a 12. It's in reverse. It is, you are now hung up on everything that you're about to know. And this is really just cause and effect, but effect becomes consequences and results. Because you chose to do something, you now get every consequence as the effect. That's life itself. Man, they ain't have to shoot that person. Well, you know what? Consequences of actions. If the person had known their environment, and this is not 100% across the board, don't get stupid. But if you keep putting yourself in harm's way, eventually harm will find its way. You understand what I'm saying? You can't keep moving recklessly and carelessly and like you ain't got any damn cosmic or common sense. You did it to yourself. You are now hung up on everything. This is Orimila, Ifa, the person that knows everything. You already know everything, but you hung up on what you can find out. Think about it. Somebody who is digging through somebody's phone, they already know the truth, but I want proof. And now they go digging through the phone and they find the proof plus everything else. Now they tore up. You martyred yourself. The fact that there was a doubt, then now you got to go do research on somebody should have been enough for you to save yourself. But we're sadistic in that sense too. You're going to go put yourself in harm's way when everything was already shown to show you to get the fuck out, if that makes sense. So self-sabotage is a motherfucker in this room. So Ophiuchus faces itself as Pisces, the point of separation. You already became a martyr. Why? Because you already gave that potential. Remember, 29 produced 2 1s. You already gave one of them 1s to another one. Now you got a point of connection, triplicity, triangulation. So now Ophiuchus faces itself in that separation, which in this case is Aquarius. Ophiuchus finds itself in Aquarius, where it's now in tangible separation, not just in plausible thought. Now it has to overcome it. See, another 3. That 1-2 was a 3. Now it is chasing that 3 to find everything, but only thing gonna find is nothing. All it's gonna find is itself in separation. it now has to overcome everything that it thought it could come to. So from there, Ophiuchus now faces itself as trying to rule over the thoughts that it's trying to overcome in the form of Capricorn. So Ophiuchus faces itself in Capricorn and just tries to get his fire back. It only wants to connect to that 3 that is going to show it 2 things. It's going to try and connect to the thought. This is 2, connection. 3 is thoughts. It's going to try and connect to the thoughts that is showing it who's burning it, but also the thoughts that are going to show it how to be a better me. That's 2 plus 3 is 5. That's movement. I'm only going to chase after the thoughts in my head that will show me who got me hung up. Who got you hung up? Your choices. You understand that? I want to find out who did it. You did it to yourself. But lack of accountability will make you try and find somebody else to hold accountable and responsible. So now Ophiuchus got out here and is going on a journey, trying to find his fire. It is now becomes Ophiuchus in Sagittarius. Just trying to find the right 2. Fear. Fear in this sense is really just doubt. This isn't I'm scared to find it. It's I'm scared to be still and face it. That is the majority of people out here. You haven't done any real work on fixing you. You're just out here trying to fix your traumas. You don't want to take accountability for why you keep going down cycles and patterns. You just want the cycles and patterns to quit running you. That in itself is a fear. You keep connecting. You keep communicating and connecting with the sharks. What's the sharks? All the results of my choices. The things that are eating me up. Hold us to y'all. So at that point, Ophiuchus ends up running back into itself. What are you scared of? Is the question that when it's going on this journey in Sagittarius. What are you scared of? I'm scared to face myself. So now Ophiuchus, the hidden one, has to face itself. Holy shit, it was all me. All this manipulation was me. Why? Because what I keep connecting to only brings me into a trap. Keep connecting to things outside of me or the perception of things outside of me, I only lose myself. 2 plus 4, 6. Like I just said a few minutes ago, the only thing you're really healing in this realm is your traumas. And if the only thing you're healing in this realm is your traumas, you ain't really healing nothing at all. So when you get right there to where Ophiuchus faces itself again, it now sees where the manipulation is coming from. Accountability says make better choices, but ego says get rid of everything I created. So at this point, Ophiuchus faces itself in Scorpio. It just wants to get rid of everything that it thinks can harm it, but it has not taken accountability to stop creating it. So Ophiuchus in Scorpio, still careless. 7, you still on a journey trying to find you, but you were already you, and you're still your own devil. You're your own Satan. You're your own Satan. You are advocating for your own adverse actions. Take your time with that one. So it's careless for you to get out here and try and find out who manipulated you because you're too scared to stop manipulating yourself, because you are more passionate about going on this damn journey that I already showed you. You're a martyr, and it's the only thing that you think is going to give you stability. See, if I do this, that's going to make me better. No, if you stop doing that, it will probably show you where you're your sickness. Perspective. But you like balance. So Ophiuchus, wrestling with that knowledge, is going to try and make a deal with it. You know what? Let's work together. You ever seen that? Somebody, man, that's your worst enemy. Yeah, but we work good together. Until you don't work at all. Well, I'll deal with that when I get there. Holy shit. Self-sabotage. So Libra, Ophiuchus in Libra is basically already in a self-sabotage because it's only trying to find balance with its own destruction. Oops, took you right back to that sacrifice again. Not only are you a martyr, but you're also the sacrifice. You still, 1 plus 2, 3. You still only chasing that thought that you connected to, and that's where you think you're going to find all your potential. And it's the truth. You're going to find the potential where you keep harming yourself because you keep choosing this journey into separation versus sitting still in wholeness, which means you're only going to hit the recycle point. So Ophiuchus hits the recycle point in Virgo, basically Bambi, deer in the headlight. You don't see where you need to stop running out into the road because them trucks going to run you over and keep on doing the same shit over and over. You just think that if I hire a proper cast to support me, I'll learn to support myself. And that is a classic Virgo energy. I'm sorry if that hurts your little feelings. If I get the right people around me, then things will be better for me. Maybe if you do better by yourself, you will quit having the wrong people around you. But that takes accountability and responsibility, and that's just not a big thing in this realm. So, Ophiuchus and Virgo, Bambi, you your own devil. You want to use what harmed you as what's going to help you. Holy shit, 1 + 5, 6. Still caught up in your traumas. I'm only trying to find the best way to use my traumatic experiences as what's going to help me produce a pleasant experience. Yet the foundation was a traumatic experience. Remember, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Oops. So from Virgo, you don't realize that the apple is falling too far from the tree. Why? Because you were the seed. You were the power plant. Your thoughts are only the summation of the thinker. So Ophiuchus and Leo, the sun, the power plant itself, it should be something that shows how to stop itself. But remember, this is an ego-fed illusion, the realm of separation, where I find my identity in my signs and my numbers and my this and my that, your ego stoking points. So instead of Ophiuchus seeing past the glamorization, it's probably going to fall deeper in. Fail deeper in. More trickery. See, I got to find the devil that's harming me. But if you took the time to see, the only thing burning me was the person holding my fires. Don't hurt yourself on this one. Who's holding your fires? You are. You're holding your fires. Even when you lie to yourself and say that something else got you more than you got yourself, you still on the sacrifice list. So Ophiuchus in Leo should have said, holy shit, this is all trickery. The only thing I'm doing is being connected into things that are moving me. And the things are moving me because they already got all my potential. But all that potential is only leaving me as a sacrifice. And it already told me it's careless for me to keep moving because all it's doing is producing more manipulation, which means I really am scared to be still and face myself. But I'm more passionate about overcoming this journey, which already made me a martyr. But I think I'm going to find stability at the end. I'm still waiting to get patted on the head at the end. Which means, holy shit, if I trick myself, I'm my own cancer. Ophiuchus in Cancer might need to face itself as the source of sickness, but it's just trying to find a cure. It's just trying to find a cure. Scarcity. This is the Queen of Spirits in reverse. This is the influence over how you're going to spiritually move. This is whatever is being birthed is already created as a trick. Why? Because everything that you birthed was only trying to show you potential stability. Potential stability means me and separation. What is stability? Balance. Like I've been telling you for many years, balance is a trick because balance is a condition of separation. Do not expect to find wholeness in separation. But you can lie to yourself because now you don't have enough and you just keep on needing to birth more when what I told you at the beginning, the thought said, keep giving me your energy to create experiences and then you'll find you. Damn. The thought 3 said you'll find you by birthing everything that you can become. Go back to the beginning of the reading when I posted, that's everything I already said. So now that you realize you're your own cancer, you trying to find a way how to master your separation, Gemini energy. I'm going to master my separation by taking computations from all aspects of it, by now splitting myself into every aspect of what's splitting into me. Holy shit, 2 + 2 = 4. You already done hit your limitations. You gonna FAFO. You gonna FAFO. You were supposed to be finding you, 37. The thoughts will show me. 3-6. The thoughts will only show me my traumas. The thoughts will only show me in summation of all my choices. And the summation of all my choices when I didn't choose me will become the limitation. Let that play out in your life. Hey man, can you let me borrow $10? Look man, I ain't got but 20. But all right, man, I'm going to pay you back. All right, I'm going to give you this 10. Hey, man, can you let me borrow 5? I ain't got the 10. All right, I'm going to let you. Hey, man, hey, I need $10. Hey, I ain't got it. I'll holler back at you next week. See what happened? You trying to take care of everything else instead of taking care and preserving yourself now put you in harm when everything that you help now becomes harm for you. You done fucked around and found out. You trying to master the separation, things that are only going to be there with the intention and result of pulling you apart, but you keep tricking yourself and telling you that's what's going to hold you together. You're the divine liar. You are the divine liar. You are your own devil. You are your own Satan. When you advocate for your own adversity, you a fool. But you don't realize it because you're now stuck in your limitations. So now Ophiuchus is stuck in Taurus, stuck in its own shit, and don't realize that it's the bull. Oops, aimless. Aimless. This is the realm of air. This is your thoughts. This is my thoughts have already told me what to connect to. And if my thoughts already told me to connect to things that have more benefit for me than I have for myself, it's aimless. You become the fool. You still moving though. So from there, where you already basically sat in your own shit and wonder, hey, Bugs Bunny, what's cooking? It's you. Ophiuchus and Aries. Why is my head on fire? Because I keep choosing everything else except for me. So Aries, Ophiuchus and Aries, the ruler, I'm being ruled over by what's going on in my head. What's going on in my head? A bunch of aimless shit. They ain't done nothing but gave me limitations. The laws of the universe, karma, dharma, all kind of concepts and theories and religions and beliefs and numerology and astrology and feng shui and I Ching and every limitation you can come up with in your head to make you feel better about being in separation because you don't want wholeness. Wholeness is aimless. There's so much to do in separation. You're right. You're about to put your mind on fire because everything that put you in separation was only a result of you not holding yourself together in wholeness. So you sponsored separation, only you no longer know who you are. So Ophiuchus and Aries didn't already wrestle with everything that it needs to know. Guess who won the match? Guess who won the match? It wasn't Ophiuchus. You didn't succumb. Oops. You didn't make it to the mountaintop, Martin. You didn't succumb to them thoughts. Stop getting in. Stop getting in. This reading is about unbecoming the signs, where you keep trying to find you in everything that's placed here to define your separation. Look at the word define, to be less than fine. But you can lie to yourself and become a part of the condition. So how do you get out? Stop going in. Stop letting your thoughts rule you and become accountable to yourself as the thinker. It's not sources, there is only source. This is just you as an aspect of yourself in separation. Stop tricking yourself that separation is your wholeness, and you might start to see where things are only designed to pull you apart. But being pulled apart is a fucking choice. This is your mind on fire. You will succumb to every thought that fools you into thinking you're going to find more here because it's not a lie. You're only going to find more here because it takes your mental energy to create it. But more in a field of illusion really is less. Science has told us it's a holographic experiment. It's a holographic experiment in thought in manifestation. But thoughts that manifest do not necessarily become reality. I think I'm sitting outside right now, but holy shit, it's still in here. But it was still a thought. So now that Ophiuchus faced itself and all the pieces of its separation and it lost, remember, a thought doesn't move until you give it your energy. Ophiuchus, in wrestling with that snake called knowledge, it now has awareness that this is something you don't need to know. This is where people get lost. Knowledge is the result of experience. Awareness is the precursor to the need to know. I'm aware that if I go outside and hit a rattlesnake in the head, it's going to fuck me up. Knowledge is I did it, and now I know for sure. Wrestling with knowledge does not have to become an actual event. Ophiuchus, in this reading here of how to unbecome these signs, is these signs just showed him, oh, I'm going to fuck you up, player. So Ophiuchus now has a chance to face himself and say, no thanks. No thanks. But the hidden one, which is the name for the Ophiuchus sign, still remains hidden. This is bad judgment. This is the judgment card in reverse. This is Archangel Gabriel, the sound of the end. When he blows his horn, you know shit finna get fucked up. It heard the horn, it just didn't listen. It listened to everything that it could see and be, and it got glamorized into becoming. So this is Ophiuchus. Yesterday was Source. Ophiuchus is the original sign of separation. Source is the wholeness. Ophiuchus is the original sign of separation. And Pisces will be the sign of separation in motion, or the perpetual idea of motion. Because again, as I just showed you a few minutes ago, you can think you're moving and still be sitting still. So Ophiuchus faced itself, and it still hid from what was revealed, which means it remains hidden in the struggle. And I've been telling y'all that for years. Knowledge will get you fucked up. Everything, and that goes without saying. Everything you got taught is not what you need to know, especially when you start unlearning it and you see where it was only taught to you to keep you in subduction, to keep you in a field of limitations. That goes from the Easter Bunny to Santa Claus to deity sets to everything else in this realm. But that's a perspective, and I honor that, but I think in the sense to where people always say words are spells, so many people try and use the spell to uncast the spell that they only cast another spell. It's not that we're asleep, and a lot of spirits in the occult wise, a lot of spirits call this the great sleep, or AKA Zomax. They call this the experience of self with thoughts telling you what to become. You don't have to be asleep to dream. You understand what I'm saying? Or you don't have to be asleep to have a thought. So it's not so much that we need to wake up. We just need to stop awakening thoughts that only sponsor separation. You understand that? So again, I'm not challenging what you're saying. I'm just saying there's a lot of people with different ideologies, and it's kind of like what I was posting yesterday, is people will now start to work on something different, but still including the same limitations. The best way to fuck up the unknown is to bring something that's already known. You cannot tell the unknown what it is. We don't know what we authentically are outside of this realm of limitation, and to try and use one of the definitions of the limitation to get you into unlimited thinking means you're already limited, unlimited thinking. Contrarianism 101. So, yeah, I get that. And again, that's just me. Hi, I'm a contrarian. I am a reflection of this universe seeing itself as a sickness. You understand that? In an autoimmune disease, not every part of the body is sick, but the majority of the body that thinks it's well is the sickness. The illusion of separation is such. A lot of people think that they're well because this is status quo, but you're really dealing with the own sickness of separation. There is only source, and there is no S on the end of that. It is just you in the perspective of self and separation. So this was part 1, Ophiuchus. I got 12 more signs to do, and I'll probably do one a day. Wholeness. It's only hard until you remain still. Life remains hard until you allow it to become easy. And how do you allow it to become easy? You stop applying the shit you think you know and just sit still, and it'll show you what's really there. Wholeness.